Hello my loves. So in today's video, as you can see by the title, we are going to be growing our own garden. This is a super exciting video. I don't know why I haven't made it before, because honestly it is super simple. So as you know, if you watched my past videos, now you know how to take clippings from live plants and get a whole new baby plant, or like a clone. Is it a clone? I'm not really sure if that's considered a clone. Well, regardless, you can do the same thing with some of the items in your refrigerator. So if you are a big celery girl, and we're going to be using celery as our example today because it's one of the easiest ones I've found to grow. You can have renewable celery from this stock that you just bought. I think this was like $1 at the grocery store. It's super easy to do. I'm going to show you a couple of other things that I have also growing that were also grown from scraps. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is when you're ready to eat the celery, you just need to take a really sharp knife and you're going to cut the end off. So I like to cut it off so that it still has like some of the separation, and they each separate onto their own stalk. So you can cut that there, just how you would normally cut it, I guess, if you were going to eat it. This knife is not very sharp. Ah! I did it. Okay, so then you have the little flower, I like to call it, because it kind of looks like a flower, and it smells great. Honestly, I really like the smell of celery. Is that normal? Do other people like the smell of celery? So we can put that away, we can wash it, we can put it in some soup, and it's super simple. All you're going to do is take a cup of water. I like these like rocks glasses because they kind of have layers, and then just stick the celery in there. Ooh, that's going to be way too deep. Okay, let me transfer some of that water into this pot. So it just needs like a little tiny bit of water at the bottom. You don't want the water to completely cover the floret. See, and this is like a little big. So let's take off some of these. We can take that one off, and we can take that one off just so it fits. And then the water is reaching almost to the top, but not covering the whole celery bottom, which is what you want. So then you're gonna put that on a little windowsill, or just somewhere where it gets light but not like super strong, or you don't want the water to get too hot. So in a couple of weeks, what you're gonna find is it starts to grow this little baby celery out of it. It's super cute. It starts off small, so you're gonna want to, once you get about this much, you're gonna start looking to see if there's any roots growing. This has a couple of little roots. Oh gosh. But it's not really ready yet. I like to wait until I can see a few roots coming off. They're sort of like dangling on their own. So I just keep watering it. If the sides get too mushy, I can pull those off, but you'll start to see this little top growing. Very cute, and we'll keep that until it has some more roots. Once it does have roots though, you're gonna be able to transfer it into a pot like this. I like these pots. They are compostable. They're compostable plant pots, and they're just made out of like, I want to say corn, but that is not true at all. Coconut. It's made out of like coconut mulch. So once it has some roots, let's pull this guy out. So as you can see, this little guy has all these little roots coming out through here, and it still needs a lot of water because celery is basically just pure water. So you plant that in there, keep it nice and moist, and you'll be able to feel if it's not getting enough water because they'll kind of like droop and bend. So just keep that wet. I like to let them grow in here just for a little bit, just so that they can get their footing, grow some more roots, and then you can take this and plant this directly in your garden, or you can put it in a pot. So this pot already filled like 1/3 of the way up with soil. The nice thing about these like compostable coconut mulch things is that they actually will let the roots grow through it. And if you want to plant this in the ground outside, like we're going to do later, you can plant it directly with this coconut mulch, and it'll just start to disintegrate and let the roots grow through. Look at how cute he is. And he smells good too. With things like celery, you're definitely going to need to fertilize them once you get them in the ground, just like you would any fruit or vegetable. depending on how much nutrients your ground has in it. I have these guys over here. So these are green onions. These were also grown literally just from like, I bought like a little packet of green onions and then cut them, used them however I did in the kitchen, and then I left those in water until I saw the roots sort of growing out more and the tops of the stalks started growing, and then you just put them in this. These are almost ready to be transferred out into the garden. Now that it's getting nice here, we also have this whole lettuce. You can see this has a ton of roots. I'm not gonna like that. But that whole lettuce will go on the ground. It's already growing a lot of more little lettuce on the inside. I can take all these leaves off and I can eat all of that as long as the roots and as long as there's like a little bit left in the center. Actually, we can do that right now. And we will eat those in a salad. So you can just pull those off and let it stay in the water. But this is definitely ready to plant. It's looking pretty good. We'll probably put that outside probably tomorrow. I haven't really started putting anything in the ground. I did put a tomato plant in the ground today. This is the first year I've grown a tomato plant. If anybody knows how to grow a tomato plant out of clippings, that would be awesome. So see, we can use all those, we can eat all those. We just leave this little tiny floret so it has time to grow. Put that back in the water, and in a few days we will plant it. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole video. I know that that was super simple, but a lot of people don't know that they can do that. You can do it with a lot of different vegetables. I believe you can do it with potatoes, onions, and garlic. I personally haven't tried those except for the green onions, but the green onions were the absolute easiest because green onions, when you buy them in the store, they tend to still have the whole root system, and it's just cut, and so it just needs water to sort of get the roots to start growing again. The celery was also really easy, I think. It doesn't always grow. I feel like sometimes the little like stalk, like if they cut it too far, like this one I was worried, but they didn't have any ones that had more of this left, which is where the roots come out of. So we'll see if this grows. If it doesn't grow, that's okay. You can always try again, because if celery is something that you do eat regularly, you're gonna have it in the house again. Alright, well thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that I just got water in my eye. But I hope to see you again tomorrow. I hope you know how absolutely loved you are, and I hope you have a wonderful day.